You on 101.5, your boy Roger Man holding it down on College Draft Radio Show. That last track was from my man Rome Fortune, The Night featuring Childish Major. They holding it down from Atlanta. Right now I'm with my man Lanreobey, man. He's holding it down from Toronto. What is going on? How you doing?
Well, go on. What you saying? What's going on? We out here, Winnipeg. What's going on?
Hey, man, we good, man. It's great to see you, coming through the city and everything. I heard word on the book and 27th letters. Man, you know what I mean? Real deep concept and everything, man. So you just released it recently?
Yeah, it came out April 23rd, a couple of weeks back. Before we go on, I want to thank you for having me, you know what I mean? Shout out to the University of Manitoba, you know what I mean? Shout out to my homegirl Lena for linking this up, and, big up to you yourself, But yeah, the book came out April 23rd, and the reviews, the feedback I've been getting has been beautiful. And like I said, it's been reassuring, like I was showing your homie. So it's beautiful. It's nice.
Most definitely. So for the people who don't know, can you explain the concept of the book and, what it's all about and all that?
Most definitely. So back in 2002, got myself into a little altercation, and somebody passed away from that, and got incarcerated. And at that point, I had a daughter who was like a year and a half. So after trial, I got convicted and got sentenced to 12 to life. And I was getting little to no contact with my daughter. Being behind there as the average person who's locked up. But so I had to. I was sharing this frustration with a friend of mine who was also doing time, and he was saying, the only thing you could do right now is just start, write her. And I mean, at that point, she was like probably 3. So I was like, I don't know, because she's young, and I wasn't really getting any type of cooperation from the outside, for her mom and whatnot. But I started it. I started in 2005. Was my first letter. I started writing it, and it just so happened that when I got incarcerated, it was August 27th. And then the first letter I wrote to her was December 27th, and I just stuck with the 27th, and that's how the whole 27th letter thing came through, because I wrote her every 27th of the month, and each letter was dated 27th of the month. And so in the letters you could see, because she's young when I started out, and then I grew with her, and, try to explain certain things. And this is transgression, and me just dropping some jewels to her as far as what I felt like she could attain at certain ages. So,
yeah, I could definitely see that with some of the letters that you wrote, because you'll say things like, "Oh, how are you doing? Have you seen Happy Feet yet? Oh, I heard that you shared a drink with your friend." So that's, just little subtle things. Like, it's great that you shared your drink with your friend. You're showing, okay, you have to share. This person can break bread with you. You don't know where that can take you.
Simplicity, you know what I mean? That's simplicity, and that's why I try to do with the letters too, because I even though the book is a children's book, as an adult, I mean, we're all children, straight up, you know what I mean? No matter, some people are just, and some of us are giant toddlers, straight up, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, but the book is really for the children, but adults too could get a lot from it, And I've had people who have gone through similar situations, and it resonates with them. And I've had like 10-year professors write me long emails talking about how this got them thinking about their perspective, you know what I mean, about life. And the average mother, one of my homies, you know what I mean, my homie Duffel Bad Beezy's mom, I was in the bin with him, and his mom read the book, and she was like, she gave me a call, and that call was just, again, it was just reassuring, and it's been beautiful, the response. So I know the letters is making an impact onwardly beyond my daughter, which is what I want.
Most definitely. It's amazing how that energy can translate to so many people, and you're talking about how we're all children and stuff like that. How did you go through all the things that you went through and still have that spirit of having encouragement and being happy. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to maintain that kind of mind state when all these things are happening. You know what I mean? Like it seems overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a Pisces, so I don't know if you follow the signs, but as a Pisces, like I don't know, man. The world. I see the world the way it is, and the world is me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So as I go, that's how the world goes. You know, so it's really dependent on me. You know, so when I found myself in a sticky situation, it's been said, like, you get yourself in a hole. Mm-hmm. Only you could get yourself out of it. Ain't nobody else could get you out of it but you. You know what I mean? And that's what it came down to. And within that, like, you got to remain positive, and that's what they have being happy. And some of the people that I met in the bin, like, we became friends now, and it's like our children play, and it's all based off of just being in those trenches together and just knowing that, okay, you know, you're a survivor just like me, and beyond the walls we remain friends. So yeah, man, it just in me to just want to persevere, yo. There's nothing else but to be resilient and evolve. I told you, that's, as a human being, what else do you want to do but evolve? You know what I mean? Like, babies do it, why can't you?
Definitely,
straight. It's that simple, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Simple. I definitely hear you on that, man. And I mean, it seems like you developed that mind state from where, I was reading a little bit about you, and it reminds me of, like, one of my older siblings. She's like 14 years older than me. So I kind of look at her like my mom. Mm-hmm. She's my sister. You know what I mean? So, and you had like a 10, 11 year gap with your siblings as well. What was that like? You know, having to help, bring up your siblings, and you still going to, like, school and all that stuff like regular people would, but having to deal with that.
Yo, you know what, straight up, at the time, I didn't think nothing of it, but looking back, I could say, yeah, you know what I mean? It was something I had to do. But at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. It was like, again, it was just natural for me to do those things, like, if we're part of a team and you can't, like, if we're paying 5-on-5 and one person goes down, and we got to pay 4-on-5 and we're down one man, like, I'm not the type to be like, oh man, we're down one man. Now I'd be like, yo, let's go, whatever is clever, man. So, and with my siblings, it really prepped me for what laid ahead, as far as, where I'm at even right now, so. Just caring was what I do for the community, and started with my family and my siblings, and you can see that, So yeah,
most definitely, man. And like, as you got older, beyond family, where did your enlightenment come from? There's a lot of things that you know about and things like that. Like, I mean, where did you get that from?
One of the things, like, while I was incarcerated, one of the things, you we all come from different school of thoughts, some of us read the Quran and the Bible, and for me, it was the Bible, and my mom brought me on little Bible stories, which are, as what we know, Bible's more of it's not really an astrological book, but that's another story within itself. Mm-hmm. But, so those things kind of help pave the way and kind of helped me maintain as far as enlightenment, and then when I got incarcerated, I got more into into spirituality aspect of it more than the Bible, you know what I mean? So I got into reading, studying other people's way of life as far as spirituality, even with their own spiritual books, whatever you want to call it, Quran or Torah, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and then when I came out, one of my homies, put me onto, I don't know if you ever heard, Noble Drew Ali, and got me into Moorish science. And then Moorish science taught me a whole lot about myself, civics, and just how the system operated, It was just basically a manual to how this thing operated. Like, the earth is like a mothership, you know what I mean? So you need to know how to navigate through it, or you know what I mean? And especially with the way things are, our families are so separated now. You need to know where you stand as far as civics, you know. Because before you'd have a big family that would look out for you, but now a lot of people is on their own. Like you said, you know, everybody's have that after that bread, which is nonsense. You know, again, these are things I learned through marriage science, you know. But yeah, you know, if you want more information, my homie website, willofallah.com, check it out, or you could go to rvbay.com if you want more information on marriage science. But yeah, that's what's really helped me even in the last 5 years since I've been out, and that's how I even got to publish my book. It was through the marriage science publications, you know. Khalifa Media, you know, shout out to them. They did a beautiful job of putting the book together, you know. The sis that helped me out, she did a great job, you know. You should check it out, you know. I mean, it's official, like my Empress said, barcode and everything.
Most
it's crazy, yeah, yo.
Man, I'm interested to know, like, about, you know, the Mauryan science, you know what I mean? Because you just mentioned how, like, families are separated and whatnot and all that. Like, what is the solution to that? Because it seems like that's something that, like, happens, like, naturally. How are we supposed to stick together?
Because we start putting ourselves in so many boxes that you even just the whole us calling ourselves black, you know what I mean? What is black? There's no black nation. There's no black flag. Like, black don't stand for nothing. And through more science, you learn that, you know what I mean? Anything black is dead according to science, you know what I mean? So we subscribe to things. And who's getting shot out there? Who are the people getting shot out there? How come nobody else is getting shot? And how come nobody else is subscribing to themselves to some color? You know what I mean? Try going to, you know, you think you could have went up to Bruce Lee and say, yo, yellow man, come here, you tear off your face. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, and then even the whole, as far as us looking to people like Sharpton or just these puppets of Barack Obama, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we're looking to them. Leaders are in the community, you know what I mean? You don't need to go far to see a leader, you know what I mean? You look even within yourself, you know? Like I said, sometimes we all get caught up in that mundane life, you know what I mean? The rat race stuff, but really and truly, what is it about? And you don't want to be like everybody else on their deathbed thinking about, I should have done this, I should have done that, because that's what it comes down to. All that stuff, all that material stuff that most people are always striving to chase, it means nothing at the end. It really means nothing at the end. And this book serves as a testament for that, because, like, everything was taken away from me, you know what I mean? And then the pen, like I said, the pen is mightier than the sword, so I had to, you know, put pen to paper, you know. Most definitely, man. And writing the letters again were really therapeutic too, you know. So there's a whole aspect of writing that we've lost even as people. Like, how many of us is really coming out with books these days, you know? Like, how many of our peers are coming out with books, you know? And we write all the time. Like, you started off with a blog. Yep. You know what I mean? And look where you're at now. You know, we need publications. We need, you know, after the Source and Double XL, what else do we got? Like, come on, we need some real stuff out there.
And even that's going down because there's so mass media, right? It's just, this happened with this person. This happened with this person. There's no like real articles talking about where things are going.
Yeah, it's pasa. It's all distractions. And it's designed that way too. You know, this is what I said. The leaders are within the community. We don't need to look to these Hollywood stars. I don't know why people are getting mad at certain people like Kanye and other people. And I expect those people to act that way. The way they act. Yeah, straight. The way all these celebrities act, I expect them to act the way that way. You know,
but why is that?
Because they check. You know what I mean? Because of the check. I told you, but like, you have man like Muhammad Ali doing time back in the days, and he was the sickest boxer ever. I don't know what this fool Mayweather talking about the other day. Like, he's not on nobody's level. Like, you're on, like, stop this, yo. You know what I mean? Your whole career was designed. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, whatever. Muhammad Ali was one of the greatest that ever did it, and outside of the ring, he even proved that. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, when you leave this radio station and you put the mic down, there's got to be more to that, more to you than that for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As an athlete or whatever you do as a profession, there's got to be more to you than that for me. You know, for me to see you as a complete, you know. A lot of people get attached to the tags of titles and what they do, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where the ego comes in, and that's where the ego's, that's another thing that really kills the world.
Mm.
You know, and
I think like the geniuses of the world know that, like, you know, the ego comes through and all that, because it's crazy how the system was designed. Like, for example, like how hip hop, you know, comes from the streets, was talking about the struggle, what was really going on, you know, political activity, and then they really came in and took over and said, like, you guys got to push this agenda here, and now it's spiraled uncontrollable, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. You know, it's a dog eat dog world, they say. You know, and they'll starve the people and throw a little bone out there and keep the rest for themselves, figuratively, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
and we just gotta be smart and be wise. You know, like if you were a hunter and you had a special spot or your special way of catching animals, sooner or later, and you don't change your ways, the animals are gonna find out. No, and that's just a natural thing, you know. And it seems like we can't get that concept, like figure it out. We keep running into the same traps.
Do you think we're getting better?
At what?
As far as just progressing goes, is like just human beings. Like, are we getting less? Is it getting worse or is it getting better? Especially with all this new information that we have with the internet and all that.
Well, I don't know what you mean by worse or better, because some of the things that we have now that are so-called better, we have to get worse before it got better. So either way, I just like the activity. We need activity. You know what I mean? That's all. We need activity with you know what I mean? Like I told you earlier, with the whole protesting thing, you know, like I'm not really about that. I'm not for protesting and looting and all that stuff, and rioting. Because I know, like, again, the Renaissance is through literature, you know. So it's all about casting spells, you know. You write, you know. So
speaking things into existence.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And it's all about tapping into that fourth, fifth dimension, and where we could just make things happen, you know. A lot of people are like, yo, they still can't figure out how pyramids were built. Like, from what I understood, that stuff was manifested. Because back then there was a higher consciousness. You know what I mean? Straight. You know, like they didn't believe in death. You know, like we believe in death. We think, this is it. No, it's not. You know, straight.
What
like,
you believe?
Yeah, like. You could be like if you're in a car and you crash your car, like, and you walk away, does that mean you're dead? No, it's just your car is mashed up, you know, and that's what death is, you know. The soul is forever. You never die, you know, and that's part of the trap where a lot of people get caught up in the whole, I gotta get this done before this. Nah, all that time is an illusion. You know, there's no. Why are you rushing? What's the rush?
Man, that's something that I'm just learning recently from myself. Is like, hey, man, you gotta chill out and let things happen in time. Like, all these things happen for me now. Why am I tripping?
I don't wear a watch for a reason, yo. Straight.
Word.
Straight. I don't wear a watch for a reason, yo. My Empress bought me a watch. I'm like, that's when we first met, but like she didn't know, but she knows now. Like, yes, I don't be wearing no watches. Yo. Time is an illusion, yo. You know. So
you know who's lucky out of all this is your daughter, man. Like, she gets to hear a lot of jewels early. A lot of people get a lot of kids don't get that chance.
And again, it's not only for my daughter, because I have other children, you know. I have my son Morocco on my side, you know. I just had them recently since I've been out, and other children around me, like my homegirl's son Tay, you know what I mean. Shout out to Tation. You should be in bed right now. So, but yeah, you know, for all the children, you know, there's so many children around me. You know, my homie Red, he's having a daughter soon. You know, so that book is for her too. And she's not even. She's almost here, but she like. So these are for them. These are for them. You know, so.
And it's great to see everything that came out from it, man, for real, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, thank you so much, you know, and it's a community that motivated me and just like, I don't really look to these guys, the leaders like that, like I used to, you know. Even in one of my letters, I was talking back when I used to, the way I thought was, you know, I thought it was a big deal when Barack Obama got elected and whatnot, you know, like everybody else, oh, black dude, you know. Right, but those things don't even matter to me, you know. Yeah, you can see even Barack Obama now, he's at his end of his term. He's starting to say certain things now. You can see his speech is changing because he's like, I'm out. Like, I don't need to play this game anymore. So that's why you listen to his speech is going out. You know what I mean? I don't really listen to it, but you know, some people point it out to me, and I study it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I see, I hear what he's saying.
Somebody
you know?
like him must be going crazy, man. You know, like with all the injustice that's going on, and you can't really say much because it's conflicting interests.
You already know the corporation's got his thumb on him, yo. He's taking the check, yo. You know, I mean, he's got 2 daughters he got to look out for. So
it's so hard.
It's real.
Where you want to like do your thing the way you want to do it fully, and you have somebody.
Well, that's why you don't align yourself, yo, with those things, yo. That's why it's all about the people. Like I told you, the power's in the people, yo. You know what I mean? Like he's president, so-called quote-unquote president. He's just a figurehead, you know. He's just like the monarchy here. They're just a figurehead. Like that's all, you know. They have no real power, you know what I mean? We are the power, you know. And I prove that every day, you know, just by being here.
That's 100.
Yeah, you prove it too. She does it. He does it. And she does it. We all do it, just, you know. But like I said, some of us get caught up in miseducation, got us missing the point. So correct yourself when you can. Correct yourself. You know, like I said, Maya Angelou said it a long time ago. You know, when you know better, do better. What you waiting for?
Most definitely.
All the information is there. I'm telling you, where you can get the information and start doing stuff in your community. You know, connecting. You know. Shit.
I definitely hear you on that, man. And I wanted to ask one random question, just because I heard you're a hip hop fan, or used to be a big hip hop fan.
I do music videos out in Toronto. You know what I mean? I do music videos with my homie Good. You know, I do. I got a next homie that does interviews just like yourself. We did one with Louis Ranking, you know, exclusive TV. My homie Andre Small, you know what I mean. So you know, and one of the biggest MC out of Toronto, you know, we just finished a video for him, Dre Bars. You know what I mean. You can check out his video on YouTube, Rotten Apples, and I did one for Dre Specs. You know what I mean? GSC, you know. Yeah.
Is that all from 1206 Studio?
Yeah, that's all. That's their 1206 Studio, good TV, you know. So you can punch up those, you know. So I'm into the music. That's why I'm here, really and truly, you know, because of the music. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't because of music, I wouldn't be here doing some interview somewhere else. But it's really the music that got me here, too. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's what's good, man.
Yeah,
you know, we got to keep the hip hop culture pushing from the roots of what it was really always about.
Well, like I told you about the Moors, a lot of the Moors do rap out in Toronto. So we actually have a studio, you know, RPM studio, you know, up by Brimley and Lawrence there. Get at us if you want to record. And also we got this album coming out, double album, Mauritian MCs, you know, Al Moroccan MCs album. You know what I mean? That's going to be big. Look out for that, because the information will be in there, but it's just with the hip hop essence. Remember that message you're talking about back in the days?
Yeah.
We're doing it, but 2,000, 3,000 type of, you know what I mean? Yeah. With the information that we have now, you know what I mean? We updated now, so we got to move accordingly. We updated now.
I hear you on that, and you know, people are gonna feel the music too. You can be hiding the medicine in the food.
It's crazy,
you know?
yo. It's crazy. You know, like how some moms gotta do that, put the vegetables and cover it up for some. You know what I mean? Cover that music, but at the same time we dropping the jewels. You know, like I don't rap myself, but I'll be getting visuals for sure for those musics, for those singles. You know what I mean?
100. We're gonna definitely be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, we're gonna stay connected for sure. I'm gonna make sure I send you some tracks, and you know what I mean. And whenever I touch back here, because you already know this is where my Empress is from, so you know when I touch back here, we always touch base. You know.
Oh yeah. We're gonna link. We're gonna have a good time, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, shout out to Winnipeg. You know, shout out to my homie DJ Despair. You know, one of the few people I know out here. You know.
Hey.
You know? Straight.
Yeah, man. And I mean, where can people find the book?
Well, you could,
letters.
Yeah, you could. Well, I'm out here for the next week. You can actually hit me up. I'm on Instagram. You know what I mean? I'll deliver that. That's how I move. You know what I mean? I'm out the trunk. I'm old school. You know.
Yeah.
I got some of the books with me. You know, so you can hit me up while I'm out here in Winnipeg. You know what I mean? On Instagram, Lanreobey, LANREOBEY, or on Facebook, Lanreobey. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
and you have a website as well.
Yeah. So for the other people, we got 27thletters.com, and there's links on it for Amazon and Create Space where you could order the book, or you could get it off the publisher itself, Khalifa Media. All those links is on 27th Letters, and you know you could get it off your website, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So. Please check it out. The book. And I mean, we just had Mother's Day. Father's Day is next. Like the book is all year. You know what I mean? Whatever occasion, whoever you could get it for anybody. You know what I mean? Even if it's just for yourself. You know, it's for definitely the collectors. And it's gonna be one of my first. It's gonna be one of many books I'm gonna write, because I'm gonna get into like children's book and whatnot, because it's opened doors for me. You know, to really start writing, you know, and amongst other things.
That's awesome, man. For real. You know what I mean? Turning a negative situation to an ultimately powerful one, and now you.
That's what we do. Alchemy, yo. You know what I mean? That's what we do. You know what I mean?
Strongest people are the ones who come from nothing and can make something out of nothing and be like, I'm still getting it. What you trying to say?
Like whatever, yo. Whatever. Resilience, yo.
100. And I mean, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. You know what I mean? Shout out to the University of Manitoba. You know what I mean? And shout out to you yourself and Lena for linking up the interview. You know. So.
Yeah, it's always an honor, man. You could definitely drop by anytime, man. I'm happy that people got to hear some jewels, man. You know, add a little knowledge to their Thursday night so they wake up on that. Yeah, let's go.
It's an easy read, man. You know what I mean? It's an easy read, and just pass it on. You know, and it's actually there's a couple of letters that are missing in the book, so I left like this page is blank. So. With the book, once you finish it, you could, if there's somebody you feel like you need to reach out to, write a letter to that person and give them that book. You know what I mean? So we're doing it, trying to really get community back and talking and, you know, reconnecting on a higher level, you know? Let's drop this ego stuff, man. Stop this, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All for the people, man, for the cause, man.
Straight.
You know?
Straight.
Most definitely. And yeah, that was my man Landry, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Go check out that 27th Letters. It's the book, just came out, you know what I mean? He's out here. We're doing big things, man. Thank you again for being on the show. And yeah, man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's the Cadre Radio Show on 101.5 FM.